have had some crazy weather, but I think we're going to mellow that out, and that'll give everybody a chance to go hang out at the new tennis complex. There are seats for you, so let's kind of preview the men's tennis here with the Charlotte 49ers. We've got head coach Billy Boykin back in the chair again. Welcome back to the set. A couple guys that haven't been on set, but we've written a lot about over the last year. Nate Shanok, who is going to be a sophomore this season, correct?
That's right.
And then we've got Krzysztof Kwasniewicz, who is a senior. Our senior guy that's been here a while. It took me a couple years to learn how to spell your name, but we've written it a lot over the last few years, and that's because he's been on the court quite a bit. Let's kind of jump right into it, Coach, as we look at 2013. As you've been here a few years now, you've kind of grown up around the city, grown up around the program, go from nice courts to a building starting last year and then the dedication at the end of last season. Now these guys really get to experience the full effect of having a locker room and a storage room and places to string your rackets and have all your equipment right there, not have to drag that all over. Everything's so convenient. What kind of impact has that had? I know you guys started playing in the fall and rolling that into this semester, but what kind of impact has that building had on you guys?
Oh, our facilities, I mean, it's a fantastic place. The Holton Wagner Tennis Complex is really an amazing place. I think one of the neatest parts about it, it's literally right in the middle of our campus. You know, it's kind of at the equivalent of like the Maple and Main of our campus. Sure. You know, we're right there next to the student union, and so we'll get a lot of walk-by traffic, and we, you know, anticipate having, you know, some fans come out and watch us play some matches, so that's exciting. But from a space standpoint, you really can't beat it. And our guys, as we begin to travel more and more to different locations around the country, I think our facility compares favorably to almost every place we go. You know, so that part of it's great. I think, you know, again, with space, conference room space, locker room space, team room space, those things are all tremendous amenities. My personal favorite thing is the training room, because we can you know, kind of doctor up our little ailments, you know, and it makes it that much easier. So from a health standpoint, I think that may be the biggest single change that I've seen. It allows us to kind of care for our bodies.
And on into the future, recruiting-wise, it's going to be a huge boon for you guys. I know, and speaking of recruiting, we got a good squad of guys in last year, a big freshman class, Nate, that you're a part of, and you guys got a lot of court time last year. Can you kind of tell me from last year to this year how much maybe more efficient your life is, having everything so convenient when it comes to the other things, class and eating and living, that you do on campus?
Yeah, it's amazing. It's just so much more convenient. You know, we can go to take a shower before class as opposed to showing up all smelly and sweaty, and we can use the training room and locker rooms. We don't have to walk so much, you know, to use the restroom or anything like that.
And visiting with coach is convenient now, whereas you were in the Halton Arena building, the SAC before, now you're right there. That's got to be a big boon for you. And Krzysztof, I mean, when you got here, just think back to the day that you arrived on campus. I remember you transferred in mid-year, I think 2010.
That's
so
right, yeah.
Kind of take us through kind of watching the place grow up around you and kind of feel like that you've got ownership in this new facility here in your last year.
Oh yeah, like definitely. I remember first year when I got here, we didn't have we have tennis courts, like completely different setup, and we didn't have any facility. We just had a little bathroom, and we were sharing with, I don't know, like with the
facility.
Yeah, exactly. And you know, and then we got a new course, which was great, but we still didn't have a facility. Like it took a while before we got it, and now like it's my last year, and I'm really excited. Like finally we have our big home where we all hanging out. We have a team room where sometimes we're playing ping pong. We have meetings. We're talking with coach. We can study even there, and like locker rooms where we can shower, leave your rackets. It's definitely a big advantage for us as a team, and it's just great. Yeah.
I think maybe it gives. Not only is it a nice place, but think about the extra time in your day you get back because of the convenience of it. And I would think just, you know, 5 or 10 more minutes with the guys over the course of a year can really add up with more instruction or more camaraderie. You guys have a place to hang out. That's kind of it's the unsung part of this thing.
For sure. The convenience factor, those are kind of critical unsung minutes, really. You know, you're getting to know the kids even better. You know, you see them more frequently. They get more bonding time and less kind of commuting time. So that part of it's terrific. You know, we're definitely appreciative of this facility, and we want to try to maximize its potential, and I think that's the key.
Let's talk about on the court now as we kind of transition into this season. You played a very young lineup last year, and guys won a lot of matches. You had a really good stretch coming out after starting with the 3 ranked teams on the schedule last year. You sort of got hot, got on a roll. You kind of see that kind of potential out of this group with having a year under their belts for a lot of the guys and having some older veterans kind of help show them the ropes a little bit?
Definitely. I think that's the key. You know, I think last year you can attribute most of our success. You know, I think we were undefeated in A-10 regular season play. We earned the #1 seed going into the tournament. We knocked off the defending champions, you know, at their place. And a lot of that is attributable to the work that we put in practice. I mean, we were a pretty great group in terms of going out there every day and practicing hard, and that came from really good upperclassmen leadership. You know, Krzysztof was a junior last year. Anthony Davison was our captain, was a tremendous captain, really led by example. And this year, Krzysztof is our captain and has done an equally great job of really kind of shepherding all these young guys that we have, because we have, you know, this is the most talented and deep team that I've ever coached. And so trying to, you know, make use of all the different parts that we have and give, you know, everybody opportunities to play their best tennis. And, you know, I think that that's going to be critical to this season. We do return a lot of youth, and, you know, that group for sure, the younger group, had a very successful campaign last year. But really at the end of the day, you know, tennis is a kind of what have you done for me lately game, so we better go out and practice with that same enthusiasm this year that we had last year. And I think, you know, that's where, you know, when you lean on your upperclassmen, your senior captain and your juniors and your sophomores, I mean, we all love the game and want to practice hard and go out and do the best that we can do.
Nate, from a standpoint of the way the team is constructed, when you look at, you know, there's a lot of guys in your class, you guys are kind of growing up together on the court, but how important is it to have a guy that's been around a while to be able to learn from or ask a question about this or that, especially sometimes when you're on the road and just kind of on your own?
Yeah, I mean, we have a fantastic class of 2011. It's me, Jack Williams, Alex Callett, Paul Sisti, Camille Khalil. And, you know, we're talented and we work hard, but it really helps to have a captain like Krzysztof. And last year we were lucky enough to have Anthony Davison just to, you know, show us the ropes and help guide us through whatever problems we have.
Well, as we kind of wrap this up, let's kind of just take one look at the A-10. The way tennis is set up, you guys are so spread out, you don't really get to face all the teams. Sometimes the first time you see a team is at the conference tournament. Kind of your lay of the landscape and where you guys may see yourselves fitting in this year.
You know, the A-10 has improved every year I've coached in the league. It's a vastly improved conference. You know, year over year it gets better. And, you know, they added a national powerhouse to the conference this year in VCU, Virginia Commonwealth University. They've been to the finals of the NCAAs in tennis and men's tennis before, and, you know, typically are a top 25 team. Well, George Washington is probably returning the best team that they've ever had. Xavier's always a really tough team. You know, University of Richmond, Fordham, those teams are strong. I think that it's going to be a very competitive conference this year, and I think that, you know, a lot of our fortunes will be determined by the work that we put in, because I think that there is parity, and, you know, we're going to have to get out there and work hard and be prepared when it's time for us to go out and play.
Well, I know the conference championships will be back in Ohio, so best of luck. I know earning that 1 seed last year was a big deal, and I hope good luck for you guys this year. Good health, obviously, and a nice training room in case bumps and bruises happen. But we certainly hope the fans will come out and watch. The Halton Wagner Tennis Complex is a fantastic facility. Even if it's cold out there, people, the sun will shine on you if you sit down low. So go out. You've got no excuse. These guys have a nice stretch of 9 matches out of 11 where they will be at home. So we hope to see you down there. And when you do come out, wear green and go Niners. Head Coach Billy Boykin, thanks for coming out and for sharing a few moments with us. Guys, best of luck to you. Nate Shanok, one of our super sophomores. Krzysztof Kwasniewicz, we hope that you have a good final season here at Charlotte. We appreciate your efforts to this point, and good luck this year. We will see you out at the Halton Wagner Tennis Complex. Don't forget to wear green and go Niners.